Selamat pagi, nama saya adalah Guhaan, anak lelaki Kulayan. Nombor metrik saya 30 DLS 20F 2038. Hari ini saya akan membentangkan tentang freight operations. Slide pertama, I adalah bagi introduction to freight operation department. What is the freight management? Freight management is the process of overseeing and managing the delivery of goods. Any company, large or small, that deals with cargo movement has to decide how they are going to deliver freight on the time to the right destination and at the lowest cost possible. In the transportation process, such as companies are called shippers, even they employ third parties to ship their goods. For example, my company, Bolore Logistics Berhad, deliver aerospace department, such as they are delivered aeroplane aircraft and something safety purposely things, and the mine department Siemens that are delivered electronic goods like used for medical department. We would regularly use land transportation for deliver freight on the time. Land transportation like lorries and vans also we are used for the delivering. And next slide, I given the Bolore Logistics Central pie chart that are manager and director departments and HR departments names. They are working flows. And the third slide, I given the ethics and pricing component of freight industry. That I given what are examples of ethics in pricing. As part of ethical pricing, selecting which products are most susceptible to price increases is essential. For example, from an ethical perspective, as staple food products should I be least affected by inflation. You can also segment for your customers based on their average spend and their willingness to pay. And then aspects of international, the nature of price competition between transport modes of transportation in international trade. The four main modes of international transport are road, sea, rail and air. Each mode has perks, drawbacks and conditions pertaining to the type of goods being exported and imported. And then I given the modes of transportation that are land transport, that explaining there are lorries, vans we are using for delivered. The explanation, the major and advantage of road transport is that it can enable door-to-door delivery of goods and materials and can provide a very cost-effective means of cartage, loading and unloading. Bolore Logistics Central deliver freight by using land transportation by using truck and van. Price measurement, I given the examples of picture for price measurement that are using for Bolore Logistics. And then price measurement in land transportation, how do you measure the transportation costs? Okay, calculating the total sales revenue. Revenue refers to the total value of sales you have made within a given period. Transportation level costs, flexibility and speed and distance, that are price measurement in land transportation that Bolore Logistics are using. And then I given the example price measurement of the truck. The explanation price measurements is very important because the transportation costs are expenses you make the related to transportation operations, including raw materials, driver wages, employee salaries, vehicle maintenance, vehicle operations and finished products. Some of the transport costs are fixed while the others are variable. Okay, relationship between the price and demand diagram that I given in the slide 8 slide. The demand curve is graphically representation of the relationship between the price of goods or service and the quantity demand of given of the period. Relationship between and the price of product and the quantity demand for the product have an inverse relationship as stated by the law of demand. An inverse relationship means that higher prices result is lower quantity demand and lower prices result is higher quantity demand, and quantity demand is affected by the price of product. If the price goes up, the demand will be go down. If the price goes down, demand will go up. Price and demand are inversely related in the way. Okay. Ethical issues in pricing. Price fixing collusion at its worst, and bid rigging favoritism, price discrimination anti-favoritism. This is our ethical issues in pricing normally. And then I will explain the ethical issues in pricing. So there is a general consensus that marketing strategies must not infringe on values like honesty, transparency, and autonomy, and such. The main core of pricing ethics concerns the establishment of the balance of power through information between the producer and the consumer. And lastly, I give a conclusion and recommendation. To conclude, there are several recommendations that can be implemented in order to get a good freight operation management. First and foremost, indulge the value of planning. Planning is the essential to effective transport management. Secondly, fixed GPS solution. Utilizing Samara's GPS based solution can be on answer to the planning and tracking issues that managers face. Finally, improve the staff quality and order the employees teamwork. Thank you so much.